Hi, this is the voice of Heidie Calero, once again bringing you economic news, especially on Puerto Rico. Don't forget to give us like in YouTube so that you can receive more notifications regarding our future economic capsules. Today, if you had any doubts that the coronavirus or the coronavirus was important, we have a new index by the Economist, this prestigious review or magazine on economic and financial subjects, that has just published what they have called the World Index of Pandemic COVID-19, and also the discussion regarding the uncertainty that is covered and notified in the country reports that the Economist follows. The following graphs depicts the different flus and the different pandemics that we've had with SARS 2002, 2003. The blue line is the World Pandemic Uncertainty Index. That is how many times was it mentioned in these country reports during the crisis of SARS. And the red line is the discussion about the pandemics with the index that has been mentioned globally. Notice that there was a huge spike in 2002, 2003, followed by the avian flu, 2003, 2009, less so with the swine flu, 2009, 2010, the Ebola, more recently, 2014, 2016, but the one that really threw it out of the ballpark is the coronavirus, with this enormous spike that you see in this graph during the first quarter of 2020. This has impacted globally, not only in the Western Hemisphere, it's the Asian Hemisphere, it's the Pacific, it's the Caribbean, it's Puerto Rico as well. And unless we really deal with the tests that are important to find out how many cases are really being infected, and above all, how many people have already immunity so that they can go back to work, we are still in uncertain territory. Let's look at some of the cases. The table that I'm going to show you is the update on COVID-19, and these numbers change as we speak. They must be changing. Total cases in the world, a little bit less than 2 million cases in 81 days, with a little bit less than 130,000 deaths, and we know this continues increasing. And recovery rate, positive news, approximately 23.5%. In the US, United States, is less than 615,000 people who have been infected, those that are known, and in 80 days with approximately 26,000 deaths. And I'm sure half of this is New York and other states that are contiguous to New York State. Recovery rate very low, still 6.3%. The epidemic is still there, the crisis has not been superseded. Spain with 177,000 cases with infected in 76 days, about a little bit less than 19,000 deaths, and they are trying to reopen the economy, so be careful, you might see another spike in the coming days. Recovery rate of about 39.9%. In Italy, of these countries that are impacted very severely by COVID, 162,000 people infected in 76 days, with a little bit less than 22,000 people who have died, a recovery rate of approximately 23%. And closer to Puerto Rico, Mexico, with stated 5,654 cases in 48 days, 452 deaths, with a recovery rate of 37.6%. Of course, these numbers may change dramatically as the numbers are more realistic. The Dominican Republic with 3,286 cases reported, and in 46 days, and 183 people who have died from the COVID-19. And Puerto Rico with 174 cases that have been published, and in 32 days, and 51 deaths that have been reported with COVID-19. These numbers, particularly for Puerto Rico, are really underestimated. Unless we have massive testing, and not even the US with all its resources, has not accomplished it. Now they are about 100,000 tests per day in the United States. In Puerto Rico, it's not even a fraction of that. Yet these executive orders from the governor have instigated that we stay at home because that is the easiest solution, and close the economy down. But unfortunately, the crisis will still be there once we reopen, and we have to be smart when we reopen. We really hope the medical task force as well as the economic task force can present alternatives that are useful and instrumental, but all of them must be based on the number of tests. Why not meet with the pharmaceutical manufacturing companies here in Puerto Rico? They are creating vaccines, they are creating tests for the US. What's wrong with Puerto Rico? Are they doing it and not being published? We have reference laboratories, Borinquen laboratories, Toledo, the Irizarry Wash. Why are these laboratories not processing the test in a quick fashion? Puerto Rico needs answers. We need to reopen our economy and we need to stay safe. Again, don't forget to follow us in YouTube with the voice of Heidie Calero and give us like to receive notifications. Bye.